Hello, welcome back to my channel again. I have so many videos coming out soon. Excited to show you those. It's the first time I've done my makeup in literal, like probably a month. Probably a month actually. I was going to say weeks, but reality it's probably been, it's been since like the beginning of February and it is already March. So it's been a while since I've done my makeup, and I didn't even do like a full face. I just did eyebrows, eyelashes, and some lip gloss. Sorry for that weird pause. I was just testing the audio because I am wearing some earbuds, so I'm using the mic on the earbuds for my audio at the moment. I moved. This is the bathroom. The toilet paper. So I am going to be doing like a house tour and everything, and I am filming a video of like the moving in projects and stuff. So stay tuned for that. Those of you who follow me on TikTok though, you know this is a story time about a toxic best friend that I had, who I am no longer friends with, who they have issues or something. I don't know what their deal is with me, but I have always wanted them to just like, since we cut things off, you know, I just wanted them to leave me alone, and they haven't, and I'm over it. Sorry, I'm like, I can see the whole backyard and like cars passing by too, so I'm like being a nosy neighbor from the bathroom, like, what's going on? What's out there? There's a neighbor like right across too, and I'm like, are you able to see me? Cause like, it's kind of embarrassing. Don't go to my mother-in-law and be like, hey, there's a weirdo living in your house. So, let's start from the very beginning of things with this friend. So we weren't friends for very long either. We were just like pretty, like, we met each other and we were like, oh yeah, this is so cool. Like, I'm so excited to meet you, and like, let's be friends, let's hang out and stuff. So we did quite often. I was laid off at this time because it was like stuff going on. Sorry, adjusting. Okay, so at this time I was laid off. So I hung out with them all the time, like literally all the time. They still had a job, but I don't know. They worked at night and it was just easy for them, I guess. I don't know. So we literally hung out all the time. We would drink and stuff, and you know, we live in California, and I was not what I currently am, which you will find out in another video. Very exciting news. A lot of people on here I am actually friends with in real life, so you already know. Don't put it in the comments. Thank you. Appreciate it. So I am forgetting where I was. But okay, yeah, we live in California, so we were able to, you know, and then edibles and stuff. So we did that all the time, like every weekend. That's all we would do. And I would do her nails, and I did her nails for free. Okay, and I did acrylics. And then after a while, you know, she told me, hey, I kind of want to let my nails heal a little bit, so we're just gonna cool it on doing the nails for a while. I'm just gonna wear press-ons or something because I want them to heal. I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's great, you know. I understand. I wasn't like upset about it, so didn't matter to me. But their birthday was coming up, so I did buy them some press-ons online. I wound up keeping them because by the time their birthday came around, we stopped being friends. But so some other people I ran into one day and they were talking about nails, and I was like, oh yeah, I do nails. And they're like, you do nails? Okay, well, here's our daughter. She's 12 and she's never had her nails done before, and she is just dying to get them done. And I was like, oh, she's 12? And they're like, yeah, we just want something short and natural looking for her. We'll give you like whatever you want. And I was like, honestly, if they're just going to be short and stuff and she's never had them done, I'll do them like for pretty inexpensive. You know, it's not going to be a big deal to me. I'll just make them pretty inexpensive for you guys, so you know you won't have to worry about paying a whole lot. I did the nails, I think, for $15 is what I did them for. And it was a really cool family. I really appreciated them. I think their daughter follows me on Instagram, but I can't remember. It might be TikTok. I don't know, but she was really nice. So, where am I at? So this was before my toxic best friend's birthday. And so they had found out that I did these nails because I did tell them. And I was like, oh yeah, like I did some nails and they paid me like $15, so it was pretty cool. And they got really upset. They're like, oh, okay, you did someone's nails, okay. And I was like, yeah, I did do someone's nails. And then I just was like, all right, that's kind of odd the way you're acting. Maybe you're having a bad day. I'll just back away, you know, give you a little bit of space. Because I do that when I feel like people are like mad, whether it be at me or at other stuff. I do try to like back away. I do try to like give people space. I'm not like, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong, you know, like I'm not trying to be all up in their face or anything. I'm a ghost. Sorry. I'm not trying to like overstep boundaries and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, if you have something wrong, you'll tell me, because that's how normal people are, right? They'll like tell you, like, oh, hey, you know, like I had a bad day, this and this and this upset me, so, you know, and I was like, oh, if they're upset, they'll tell me, because, you know, they normally did with stuff. Whenever they had a bad day, they'd message me and be like, oh my god, today has been so shitty. They didn't do that this day, though. So I was like, huh, it's really weird. So I wasn't sure if they were mad at me. Oh, there's something shiny over there. Is it a balloon? Hang on, I'm gonna inspect. It was a birdhouse. It was a birdhouse. Still staring at it though. I like shiny things. Anyways, so where was I at? I forgot where I was at. But I was getting closer-ish to their birthday. And I think a few days had gone by, and they messaged me and they're like, I'm honestly so upset with you right now. This was on a Saturday that they messaged me because we were having a conversation. I had started seeing this person for a minute. Not a good person, by the way. The way they ended things and the way they like acted throughout that entire week of us seeing each other was just let's talk about that some other time. But so they did tell me the night before that, when I did hang out with them, because I did hang out with them the night before that, that they were having a really rough week. And I was like, oh yeah, you know, if you need anything, I'm here, just let me know. I'm your friend, you know, I'm gonna be here. So then the next day came, and the guy that I was seeing was like, hey, let's hang out. And I was like, yeah, I mean, let's do that. Yeah, let's definitely hang out. Because my friend hadn't messaged me and said that they wanted to hang out or anything. I had messaged them, I think 4 or 5 hours had gone by, and they hadn't messaged me back. So I was like, okay, yeah, like, let's hang out and everything with the guy that I was seeing. Let's call him M. It's not really gonna matter anymore. But I was hanging out with M, and then We only hung out for like 2 hours. I still hadn't gotten a message back from my friend. He dropped me off at home after we were done. We kind of just went on like a walk and some other stuff. It wasn't like a whole lot that we did. So I was back at home and my friend messaged me. And so this had been like, this had been like quite a while after. So it's been maybe almost 7, 8 hours after I messaged them. And they had finally messaged me back. And they're like, I'm honestly just so upset with you right now. Like, I can't believe you. And I was like, what did I do? And they're like, you didn't come over today. You always come over on Saturday. I was like, well, you told me you were having a bad time. You know, I didn't want to overstep any boundaries. You know, like, you didn't message me back, so I wasn't sure if you still wanted me over after everything you said you were going through. And I'm pretty sure I still have some of these messages. I just don't know how to put them on the screen or anything, but if I do find them and anyone wants to see them, just like comment down below or something and I'll try to like put a video or something together of like all of the screenshots. But it was a lot. Even my mom was like reading these messages over my shoulder and she was like, honestly, what the fuck? Like, excuse my language. I know cussing isn't really allowed on YouTube, but that is literally what my mom said. Those were the words that came out of my mom's mouth. She was just so extremely shocked by everything that was being said to me in these messages. Like, I just can't believe you right now. You're honestly being such a horrible friend. Like, you don't even understand how I feel right now. And I was like, I'm trying to understand, but you're not really communicating with me about anything. She's like, you know I have anxiety. Don't do this to me. I was like, I understand you have anxiety. Okay. You also have to understand my part with my mental disorders, you know, because I do have BPD, bipolar 2, depression, severe anxiety, and PTSD. These are things that I have been professionally diagnosed with. And all I did was mention the BPD, which is borderline personality disorder. In case any of you were wondering, it is not the same thing as bipolar disorder, but I do have bipolar 2 disorder as well. But a lot of people think BPD is bipolar disorder, and that's what she thought as well. And she got angry and she's like, honestly, how dare you use that against me? I was like, hey, I'm not trying to use it against you. I'm just saying, try to step back and try and understand me as well, because, you know, we're combatant here and I don't really like combatant. You know, it's not fun. It's not easy, especially given like how I'm viewing things versus how you're viewing things. I always try to be someone that tries to see like both sides. Like, I try to take situations apart and be like, okay, yes, I messed up here and I need to apologize for that. They messed up here and I'm trying to mention that part where they hurt me and they're dismissing it. Like, I'm trying to get both parts. If I was wrong to you, I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna pick apart everything that I've done and I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna try and fix it any way that I can. And a lot of people don't really realize that, and it's like, okay, it's really frustrating. And I wasn't like this before until I got like real education and understanding on all of my mental disorders and how they act separately and how they act together. I'm doing hand movements, by the way, in case any of you are wondering what's going on down here. It's just my hand movements. But it's, when I got the education, everything was so much clearer to me, and I was able to pick apart different things and realize, hey, I'm only reacting this way because of this. It's this mental disorder that is making, and then I can like try and stop it and fix it, correct what I am doing. So I'm not using it as an excuse, I'm using it as a learning example to do better. See, that's what I try and do. And a lot of people are like, how dare you attack me with that? And it's like, whoa, 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 I'm not attacking you. I'm telling you, hey, I realize I'm doing this and it's because of this and I'm trying to fix it. Let's rewind, let's go back. I apologize for any mistake that I did make. Let me try and correct that with you. Let me try and not let this take over what my mind is supposed to be doing. It's difficult sometimes though. You can see the cord to my headphones. Okay, so yeah, she was like, how dare you use that against me? And the reason that she had said this is because she said she had a friend in high school who had bipolar disorder. And I don't really know much about that, but I remember them saying that they had a friend in high school who had it. That's not the same thing as what I have. They do have bipolar disorder, and I have bipolar 2 disorder. If you want some information on that, I'll try and link some med circle videos down below. That's still one of the disorders that I'm trying to see what the difference between the two are. There's still a whole lot of information that I am ignorant on when it comes to bipolar and bipolar 2. So feel free to do your own research. I am not an expert on mental health. Don't take me as one, please. But this is just from my own experiences and stuff. I did have a doctor, or a psychiatrist rather, so it's not just like any plain old doctor. It was an actual psychiatrist who studies in this stuff, who did tell me that bipolar 2 is a more severe version of bipolar. I am not entirely sure if that is true or not. I think it all depends on what kind of a study thing you've done. But, you know, take it as you will with a grain of salt. Do your own research. I'm just saying this is what I've been told. This is what I've learned. So do your own research. If I made a mistake, go ahead and correct me. I do take constructive criticism. Okay, I'm not going to attack anyone for telling me, hey, you're actually wrong. I'm going to be like, oh, what was I wrong about? And ask questions. You know, I'll try and do some research as well and ask you for facts. That's the kind of person that I am. Okay. Anyways, so we had this whole argument, and I told them, like, hey, you know, you didn't tell me that you wanted me over. I didn't want to overstep my boundaries, because I know even though we're friends, even though we're close friends, there's still boundaries, and I don't want to overstep that. I don't want to just show up out of nowhere without a response from you, or without you knowing that I'm coming. You know, that I would see that as highly inappropriate no matter how well you know someone. That's just me though. That's just me though. So it was to the point where I just didn't know what to do. And I literally started having an anxiety attack. Like, I really didn't know what to do. I started freaking out. I was hyperventilating. My mom almost had to take me to a hospital. My mom was like, you need to calm down. You really need to calm down. Otherwise, all the work that you've put into yourself is going to be for nothing at this point. Like, you need to stop. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'm adjusting again. It keeps falling. Let's try and put this up here and see if that helps it stay where it's supposed to stay. There we go. Okay. It's one of those like Bluetooth wraparound things. I don't know. I got it at Target. It wasn't expensive. And I was like, I just want some Bluetooth headphones. I didn't have that much money. I still don't have that much money. I don't have a job right now, and everything is stressing me out. So, anyways, as I was saying, it was a very stressful time. And my mom was like, I don't know what's wrong with your friend Alyssa, but this is highly inappropriate. I don't like what they're doing to you. And my mom used a word that she would never in a million years use, and she used it. It's a very, very bad word, kids. Don't say it. I'm not gonna say it, but let's see you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm sorry. Maybe have an adult explain it to you. Anyway, so there was that argument that happened, and then later on down the road, you know, I was like, okay, this is okay, it's all right. Then she brought up the nail thing. She's like, you know I want my nails done for my birthday. I was like, I did not. You told me you wanted your nails to heal. Sorry if there was confusion. You know, if you scroll up on our messages, which we always saved our messages, you can see she literally never messaged me about wanting her nails done for her birthday. She's like, how dare you do their nails? And so people would compliment her on her nails or comment on her nails, like from time to time. I was gonna say quite a bit, but it was just like time to time. And people would be like, oh, where'd you get them done at? You know, I kind of want to get my nails done. And she wouldn't tell anyone. She wouldn't give anyone my info. She like, and I was doing her nails for free. You'd think at least she'd tell people, you know, you'd think at least she'd tell people about my work, you know. I don't know. So let's see, where are we at now? We got into that argument, and she was like, yeah, whatever, you just don't seem like you really care about me anymore. I was like, I still care. It's just you didn't tell me, you didn't communicate with me that you wanted your nails done. So, and then it was like after that she just kind of dropped it. She was like, whatever. And then, so this was all in the span of 1 week because the guy that I was seeing told me he didn't want to see me, and I had gotten into touch with, well, my boyfriend now. Like we had gotten, so like we weren't in touch for a while. We reconnected. Yeah, we reconnected, which is a long story in itself, how we reconnected, but basically it was like trying to say like, hey, you know, my friend here is pretty cute, and here's my other friend, and you guys are like, but then they were like, oh, we don't really feel that way about each other, and I was like, oh, you're right, okay, all right. So the guy that I was seeing told me that he didn't want to see me anymore, and I was like, oh my god, like I had a really bad day that day, and I didn't know what to do. So I told, well, his name's David, my boyfriend. His name's David. So I told David, I was like, oh my god, he like did this and this and this, and he sent me this, and I sent him screenshots, and I was like, I'm having such a really bad day, and I'm crying and laughing at the same time. And he was like, let me come pick you up and like make sure you're okay. So he did. He went over to my house and he picked me up, and he took me on like a little date thing, like a little, at the time, friendship date, which was really cute. And then, let's see, so I told the person that I was trying to hook him up with, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm really sorry. And they're like, you like him, huh? And I was like, what the fuck, how do you know? And she's like, I could tell, you know, like, I wasn't born yesterday, Alyssa. I was like, I really am so sorry. And she's like, it's okay. Like, that other guy was not good for you. He was not nice to you. Look at all the stuff that he did, you know. And even after I got with my boyfriend, he still tried to continuously message me, and I told him to leave me alone, and he wouldn't. That was so much fun. He would show up at my job sometimes and be like, how come you aren't messaging me back? Maybe that's because I know I blocked you. Maybe that's because I blocked you. And then he found out that I blocked him, and then he showed up at my job again and was like, why did you block me? Why'd you block me? I was like, I have a boyfriend. Go away. Anyways, that's not the point of this story. We are going to be trying to build up into what just happened recently. So mind you, all of this was like August. It wasn't even August yet. It was still late July. So this was still late July, okay? And now it's March. Right now is March 4th. Okay. So, man, the fact that stuff is still going on when we stopped being friends in August, like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Because it's not fun. It's not fun for me. Leave me alone, please. Please leave me alone. So, let's see. So, I messaged her because I was like, hey, you know, we're like best friends right now and I just want to tell you, because I had already told her that Im had basically dumped me, even though it wasn't really a relationship because it was only like a week. So, whatever you want to say it was. But yeah, he like basically dumped me and I was like, yeah, and you know, David took me out and, you know, I didn't expect this to happen, but old feelings that I had for him resurfaced, and I know he had those feelings for me before in the past, and I don't know if he still does, but I want him to know that I have those feelings for him. I love him. You know, I've loved him since I was 12. Oh, I've loved him since I was 12, y'all. Oh, we're finally together. Anyways, sorry. Just got a little cheesy and mushy on you. So, it's the birdhouse shining this way again, and I'm just staring. Anyways, can you tell I like shiny things? Huh? Okay, so I told her, you know, all that, and she was like, are you sure that's a good idea? And I was like, yeah, you know, I mean, I'm just gonna wing it and tell him how I feel. The worst that could happen is him being like, I don't feel the same way for you. She didn't like that. She did not like that at all. She was very upset about the entire thing, and she was like, I really think you're making a lot of mistakes with your life right now. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, you're going to regret this. Like, this is going to be the biggest mistake you've ever made. And I was like, I thought you'd be happy for me. Like, I'm gonna tell someone that I've loved since I was 12 that I love them. Finally, I'm going to tell them, like someone who was my best friend for so long, I'm gonna tell them how I feel. And she was like, yeah, whatever, you do you, boo-boo. Like, that was rude. That hurt my soul. Especially coming from someone who was like my friend, who I think I still have a picture of on my Instagram. I gotta delete those. I gotta be like, and clear, because I don't want anyone to be like, it was them. Because I don't want y'all to send this person hate or anything. That's not the point of this. The point of this is to just be like, this is an experience I had that I am still frustrated with, that I just want to vent about and get out of my system. So, anyways, I am digressing. Yeah, so we weren't friends after that. Like, after they told me that, I just kind of stopped replying. I didn't reply for a while. I didn't try to message them. I didn't receive any messages at all during that time. So like, I want to say a little more than a month went by. No, okay. So my boyfriend and I were already together. We got together September 23rd. This happened before early August. So it was quite a while that had gone by. And so I had a job again. And everyone at work was kind of like in a bad mood. And I like didn't actually work at that time because it wasn't my shift yet. So I just stopped in, and they were just like in a kind of bad mood. And I do admit I did make quite a few mistakes during that week. I did own up to them though, and I did sit down with the owner and I did talk to the owner, who is like family to me, by the way, who tells me that I'm still his daughter no matter what. I talked to him the other day on the phone, who I really appreciate, you know. He's absolutely wonderful. He's the best boss I've ever had. And he's like so excited for me to like stop by and visit him again soon. Because when I talked to him on the phone the other day, he's like, how come you don't see me anymore? I'm like, I moved to the other city. And he was like, well, come see me. And I was like, oh, he's like, yeah, and my wife misses you. She misses your smile and how nice and cheerful you were all the time. And I'm like, oh, that makes me so happy. Like, they're really amazing people, and I really appreciate everything they've done for me, you know. But so I did sit down with them and I did talk to them about everything. And they were like, yeah, we understand, you know, mistakes happen, it's all right. We aren't gonna hold this over you. And thinking about that makes me want to cry, because it's like that, it was amazing of them to do that for me. So, and it's just, oh, I'm getting frustrated. Oh, okay. So, I did post, and by the way, she is married to someone that I work with, who I had also known since I was 12, who is also related to the owner. I'm not going to go on specifics about their relation, but they are extremely close. And he was like a brother to me, you know, like literally like a brother. So she was married to him, and he was constantly like, hey, I wish you would like make up with her and you guys could be friends again, because she like misses you and all this. And I'm like, I want an apology first, because the things she said to me was not okay. Like, I would just like an apology. If she could just say she's sorry, that's all I want. If she can't do that, then I'm sorry, but I'm never gonna talk to her. And then, so after that mistake happened and I went in just to stop by at work for the moment that I did, and everyone was in a bad mood, which I later found out was not because of me, unlike what this text had said. This was not because of me at all. It was just because apparently those two had gotten into a fight. And by those two, I don't mean the owner and the person that was like a brother to me. I mean, there was another person also working there at that time, and they had gotten into like a bit of an argument or something. They didn't really tell me exactly what happened. They were just like, oh yeah, we were having a bad day and butting heads. And I was like, oh, okay, like I get that. Like, I butt heads with people too. Gotta ignore that. So anyways, so never in my life have I been more happy about the fact that I chose to film in a bathroom, because I really had to pee like bad. Okay, so sorry for the TMI, we're moving on. So I did post on my Snapchat, which I had not blocked her or anything because I was still a little hopeful that she would apologize. So I posted on my Snapchat, it was something like, everyone seems kind of in a bad mood today. I don't know if they're mad or just upset, or I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something about them being mad. And so I guess she viewed it or whatever. I don't really know. And then my hours were also cut a little bit, but they weren't cut too bad. I was just bored because I had like more extra time again. And I did post about that as well. I was like kind of bored, looking for something to do, like whatever. Because I was at home, and that was before I went and stopped by at the job, and I was like, everyone's kind of mad right now. And then so I found a baby spider. Can you see him? He's so cute. I don't want to kill him, but I'm not sure if he's poisonous or not. Sorry for that again. Just kind of like random stuff happening in between all of this. So again, I had posted that, both of those things on Snapchat, and then I did get a text message from her. It was probably around 12 o'clock at night. I was with my boyfriend. I can double check because I'm not sure if I still have the text message or not, but I'm pretty sure I still have a screenshot that I have saved that I did send to my actual best friend, who I call Cece. She is absolutely wonderful, and I know she's going to be watching this because she asked me to send her a link. Shout out to her. She's an amazing friend, and I love her. I'm so glad I have her in my life. Anyway, so, oh, the baby spider left. Oh, I didn't do anything. Anyways, so, she had sent me a text that was something along the lines of, Alyssa, you need to cut your crap. I remember that was like the first line. And she's like, you wonder why people are upset with you. Look at all the mistakes you've been making. And like a bunch of other stuff about how I haven't been owning up to any of it, and, you know, stuff like that. And it's really weird because it's like, I did own up to it. I did make my peace with the owner, you know, like, I didn't know what else she was talking about. It made me very upset to receive that text message because she didn't really know what all stuff was going on. I'm gonna pick that up because that's bothering me. And I also didn't know what mistakes she was talking about, other than the stuff that did happen at work that I was already forgiven for. You know, that I had already made peace with the owner about. So it's like I didn't really know what else she would have been talking about. And I did freak out. I did cry, and I also showed my mom the messages as well. And I was like, Mom, like, she did it again. She sent me another mean message kind of like out of the blue, and it was really inappropriate of her to say the things that she did say. Especially considering none of the posts that I made were about her or about her anything. And she's like, you need to sorry, cussing. Okay, so I went back and I actually found the messages, and it didn't say cut the crap. It said cut the sh blah 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 it. And then so there were quite a few other things that were said that were not appropriate. Like maybe if things were different, everyone wouldn't be so upset with you because of all of the mistakes you've been making, and the toll that you've been taking on my relationship and on my business. For one, I wasn't doing anything to meddle in her relationship at all. Her husband's the one that was constantly coming to me like, hey, please make up with her. Please make up with her. I want you guys to still be friends. Other than that, it was like, yeah, I'm sorry, but like, I already told you what happened. Like, if she didn't apologize, and I told him this, if she didn't apologize, I wouldn't talk to her. That was literally like it. I mean, again, he was like a brother to me. And then so she also said my business, which was weird because it's not her business. It's not her husband's business. It is the owner's business because he owns it and he runs it. He pays for all of it. Okay, so that struck me as really, really odd for her to say. I didn't reply though. I just deleted it. Well, I didn't like delete it obviously because I have it, but like I just blocked her. That's when I blocked her on everything. I blocked her phone number. I blocked her Snapchat, her Facebook, her Instagram. I blocked it all. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, there's no way I can do this anymore. It hurts too much for her to constantly be saying stuff like this to me all the time for no reason, out of no context. It's not okay, and I'm not going to be doing it. So I blocked her. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. But obviously, you know, like, she would still show up at the store. I was working, so she'd just kind of like roll her eyes, walk away. I didn't really feel comfortable whenever she did do that. You know, I was like, if you're gonna like come to the store for any reason, at least just sit outside while the person you're with does whatever they need to do, because you know I'm working. You know I'm here. And you know you're doing it because you're just trying to piss me off. Like, I know the games you play because I was your friend. I saw you play them. You told me how you do stuff. Like, you can't do that to someone that you told how you do stuff to. You know, like, you can't do that. that was really frustrating. And then one night I was late. You know, I had not been feeling too well all day. So that's gonna, I mean, you guys are gonna find out why in the next video that I post probably. So my boyfriend did take me to get something that would help me feel better, you know, and get some food in my system. But I mean, that was all we did, you know. He also surprised me with 2 matching jackets, which I thought was cute. Yeah, he bought us jackets, and that was before he came to pick me up to take me to get the medicine and everything, which I thought was really nice of him to do regardless. Like, you know, I really love my boyfriend. David's a really awesome guy, and all the stuff he's done for me, it's like I really appreciate. And the fact that she said that he would be my worst mistake, really? Like, he treats me like a princess. How is this going to be a mistake? I don't get it. I don't. She hadn't even met him at that point. That was just highly inappropriate of her to say. So, let's see, so I was gonna be a little late, which I did tell him. He had been late on his shifts by hours before and would not answer the phone, would not text, none of that. It would take him so long to finally say, oh yeah, I'm gonna be like another hour late. One time he was 4 hours late for his shift, and I was just supposed to suck it up when I had stuff to do. Like, I had a lot of stuff that I needed to be done. I was doing other people's nails too. I had 2 appointments that day, and I didn't get to go to either of them because I was extremely late by 3 hours for one of them, because I was supposed to do one appointment an hour after my shift had ended, so that way I had time to go home and get all the stuff that I needed and then be able to go and do the nails. And then the other one was supposed to be an hour after that appointment because she just wanted polish. That's all she wanted, was just polish. So it wouldn't even taken that long. And it was really frustrating. Really, really frustrating that day. But I was not even anywhere near as late as that, like at all. And I do remember when we did show up to work, like my boyfriend even walked in with me. She was leaving, and she made sure to go the complete opposite of me, which I'm glad she did, because after hearing what came out of her mouth, I wouldn't have put up with it, like at all. And my boyfriend was like, all right, that's it. We're not doing this anymore. That's crap. She called me a B word. Can't cuss on YouTube. I am following YouTube guidelines. I didn't cuss. She called me a B word. So I was like, wow, that's how we're doing stuff here? Okay. You're gonna disrespect me like that? Really? And then it was like continuously disrespectful that night because there were questions that I needed to ask. I had to ask her husband a few questions because he did mess up on a few things on the register, and I was like, hey, you know, like, I need to call because this person's saying you overcharged them by this much, and this person's saying this, and this person's saying that, and this person's saying you forgot to give them their stuff. It was really frustrating. And then, so there was that, and then I had left, I think it was that same week I had left. It was either that week or the week following. I can't remember exactly. So yeah, so I had left and I was like, all right, cool, we're done, it's over. But you know, the person that I worked with, again, was like family, and so they knew all the stuff that was going on, and they were super excited, like everyone else in my family is super excited. And the person that they are related to who owned the store that I worked at is also very excited, and I still talk to them about this all the time, and they're very excited for like more conversations about it. But he did ask me, oh, hey, yeah, just like send me updates or something, you know, we'll still like chat and everything, because we're close, you know, we're like family. And he's also friends with my boyfriend. He says that my boyfriend's his best friend, you know, like all of this stuff. So, you know, I sent him the update that he asked me to send. And then I got a text back that was saying, he got a new phone number. This phone is going to be used for this store. You need to leave us alone now and cut your crap. You've done enough for us. Now bye. And I didn't like that, because I was like, okay, what do you mean? I didn't reply though. I didn't. I think I took a screenshot of it though, because I do remember sending it to my mom. But I was upset, and I was like, hang on, this isn't okay, because I know that the family member that owns that store would not put up with her texting me something like that at all. Especially given like the fact that they all ask for like updates on how my life is going and all this other stuff pertaining to what is currently going on in my life with moving in with my boyfriend and all this other stuff. And the fact that they all said that they wanted to be a part of it. So I called them and I was like, hey, you know, I'm really sorry for whatever I did. But I would still like her to stop harassing me at this point, because that's what it's become. It's become harassment, and I'm over it, and I'm over the drama, and I'm so sorry for whatever I did. And if this is the last time we talk, I do apologize for it ending on a sour note, because I didn't know that anything was sour or wrong before. And he was mad. He was like, what did they say? And I was like, well, she said this. This is the text message I received. He didn't like it at all. He told me that he would take care of it right away and to not worry. But that's the toxic best friend story, y'all. That is the drama that I put up with. Sorry for like going back and forth between the sun and the shade. It's just, I wanted y'all to be able to see me, but then I like went blind. And I was having a hard time looking at my phone because it's just so bright. And with all the stuff going on outside. This is how a therapist told me that she could tell that I had really weird anxiety, is because like I'm constantly paying attention to like the things around me, and especially stuff that's happening outside, because like I'm just preparing for like whatever is going to change and like whatever escape route I'm going to have to take next if something does occur. It was really weird the way like her and I discussed all of that, but I was like constantly like looking at the door, the vents, the windows, and like everything that was going on our desk, everything that was happening outside, the planes going by, and like that was an interesting therapist that I had. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about. So it was really stressful, and I'm really hoping that she leaves me alone now, because it's like I just don't want your drama. If you watch this, which I don't know if you will, if you ever come across it or not, I don't want your drama. It has no place in my life anymore. Literally no place in my life anymore. I've moved on, and you should too. Like, you really should. Stop with your little obsession. Because I know you talked about me all the time. Because your husband would tell me. And people that we had as mutuals would tell me. Stop. Get some help or something. Start seeing a therapist. Go to a mental hospital if you have to be able to get to see a therapist. Because I know some people it's difficult to be able to see one, so they have to go to a hospital in order to start being recommended to see a therapist. Do whatever you gotta do to go see one. Because like this obsession has got to stop. It really does. It makes me uncomfortable. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. New videos coming out soon. Stay tuned. Oh, pop in my back. Sorry, that felt good. Oh yeah. Bye.